Now, the scary aspect of this whole thing is that shortly after Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso called for the withdrawal of their ambassadors from Algeria, immediately Algeria took a step and has decided to stop. Now, the problem is that we are now faced with conflicting claims. Mali and Algeria are saying completely different things. Thank you, family. You are welcome once again. I appreciate you coming by. If you're already on board, just hit the like button and subscribe to push us and support us. There's a fresh disturbing update or news coming from the Sahel. And this whole thing is happening right there, somewhere in the map. Or let me say on the map. A drone dispute just erupted between the AES and Algeria, which just led the AES calling or recalling their ambassadors to move out of Algeria with immediate effect. The story actually is not complicated, but people are making it complicated already. And this issue we are talking about is happening between Mali and Algeria actually. But since Mali is a member of the AES came together to address the issue. So an offense against Mali is an offense against the AES. That is the beauty of unity. Now, all over the internet, you hear Algeria attack Mali, Mali's drone enter Algeria to attack Algeria, and then some media houses, you know them already. They have started reporting a whole lot of things to put tension between, or let me say, to drive more tension between Algeria and the AES. You look at the background of this whole incident. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, they have just decided to recall their ambassadors from Algeria. Now, this is a decision which followed the destruction of a Malian military drone near the Algerian border. Don't worry, just relax. We are not going to be in a confused state. We are going to get the exact location of this whole situation on the map. A press has just been released by the AES in French, which I translated, and I'll be reading that as well. What is the action that led to the withdrawal of these ambassadors from Algeria? The AES, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, they are accusing Algeria of acting irresponsibly and breaking international laws. According to them, the alliance of Sahel, AES, believe the attack on the drone in question is not just against Mali, but it is against all the three countries, the AES. And they said that this act goes against the long-standing friendship between Algeria and the AES. Now, what happened? The drone in question was reportedly flying near a town of Tin Zaouatine. This town is close to the Algerian border. And this issue happened between the night of 31st March and April 1st. The AES is saying that the drone was on a mission. This drone that was hit, or this drone that was attacked, was actually on a mission to stop a terrorist group that was planning to attack the region. And we are talking about an armed surveillance drone, lovely people. For the sake of those who have no idea, an armed surveillance drone we are talking about is a drone that is used for watching or monitoring activities, and at the same time it is equipped with weapons. That's the drone we are talking about. In simple terms, a drone with cameras, not just one camera, together with sensors used to gather informations and watching borders and tracking movement, at the same time spying on targets. Additionally, this drone can carry or launch weapons like missiles or bombs. So the drone can watch an area and attack if the need be, because it combines spying and striking abilities in one flying machine. So the destruction of this drone, according to the AES, actually stopped their operation against the terrorists. But for us not to be confused, let's first of all find out the location of this particular dispute. Then we get a detail of the story, how this whole thing is folding up. On the map, you have Mali right there, sharing border with Algeria. Between the AES members, only Mali and Niger are sharing border with Algeria. Burkina Faso is not sharing border with Algeria. Now, this location called the Tin Zaouatine is that place where the Algerians are saying that they hit the drone from. This place, as you can see on the map, it starts from the border of Algeria and Mali. Yeah, in between there, all the way up. So that is where the Algerians are saying that they saw the drone and hit it. But what exactly is Mali saying? We are going to find out. So the situation is happening in the region right here, as you are seeing on the map. And the response of Mali, the Prime Minister of Mali, General Abdoulaye Maiga, he accused directly Algeria of supporting terrorism. He said that the incident proved, the shooting of the drone and the destruction of their drone proves that the Algerian government is helping international terrorist group That is what they are saying. Now, let me remind all of us that for many years, Algeria helped Mali's government talk and negotiate with the Tuareg group or the Tuareg rebels. These were people, separatist group who have been in conflict with the government since Mali became independent from France in 1960. The moment they got their independence, chairman orchestrated these people and influenced them to stand up against the government, and they have been causing terror in the region and disturbing the peace of the region. So Algeria have been in the middle, talking and negotiating between the government and this rebel group so that there can be peace. When the military of Mali took over, they said they are not ready to negotiate with any armed group. They will clear them out of the system. So from there, or from that time, Algeria became out of the equation, and the relationship between Algeria and Mali has not been so good. It has been tense in recent months. Now, in the face of this accusation, Algeria took a position and responded. Algeria claimed that the drone had entered its airspace by over 2 kilometers. It has entered their terrain over 2 kilometers from the border. They look at it and they can confirm that this is an armed surveillance drone. And according to the officials, this justified their actions to shoot the drone down because they don't know what the drone is up to. If it is about to drop on them, they don't know where from the drone, they can't tell. And they also have the responsibility to protect their civilians, so they have to destroy the drone. And the drone was not in the camp of Mali, and they went into the camp of Mali to destroy their drone. The drone has entered their terrain, and they have a responsibility, a duty to protect their people. They need to shoot the drone down. Now, the problem is that we are now faced with conflicting claims. Mali and Algeria are saying completely different things, which make things a little bit more complicated, lovely people. Mali says that their own investigation shows that the drone was still in the Malian territory, about 10 kilometers away from the Algerian border, before it was hit and destroyed by Algeria. Now, it becomes difficult to know who to trust. Algeria is saying that it entered our terrain 2 kilometers away. Mali is saying that no, it was away from your terrain 10 kilometers away. Let's use the map and understand something. The situation is actually happening somewhere there, the place that I just circled over there. That is where the whole thing is happening from. The place you see the green circle, that is where the Malians are saying that their drone was before the Algerians hit it. The red button, where a circle over there, it shows where the Algerians are saying that they saw the drone and hit it. So the next step came in as the AES said that their ambassadors are being recalled to discuss the situation further. Now, the scary aspect of this whole thing is that shortly after Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso called for the withdrawal of their ambassadors from Algeria, immediately Algeria took a step and has decided to stop all flight going to and from Mali. And to justify their action, they said they took this step because Mali has repeatedly broken Algerian airspace rules. So this is not something that is new. According to Algeria, it's something that has been happening, which is the reason why they now have to take this step. Now, Algeria took this step to close the airspace on Monday, 7th April 2025, after AES released their press on the 6th. So AES released their press on 6th April, and then on the 7th April, Algeria closed its airspace against Mali. My fear in this whole thing is these houses. Our people should come down and solve this problem amicably. If not, the enemy is going to feed on it to create tension and then increase tension among them. The alliance of AES, they see the drone attack as a threat to regional peace and a move that helped terrorist groups to destabilize their area. And they came together and released a press. It was in French, so I have to translate it. So let me read it for you. The heads of state of the AES Confederation regret the destruction of a drone of the armed and security forces of the Republic of Mali, registered TZ98D, following an act of hostility by the Algerian regime on the night of March 31st to April 1st, 2025, in Tin Zaouatine, Abiebara Cycle, in the Kida region. The heads of state of the AES Confederation recalls that in accordance with its decision dated December 22nd, 2024, it has decided, among other measures, to make the Confederate space a single theater of military operation Consequently, the heads of state of the AES Confederation consider the destruction of the drone of the Malian armed and security forces to be an aggression targeting all member states of the AES Confederation and a perfidious way of promoting terrorism and contributing to the destabilization of the region. This incident is all the more serious as the investigation's findings show that the destruction of the drone prevented the neutralization of a terrorist group that was planning terrorist attack against the AES. The head of state of the AES Confederation condemned in the strongest possible term this irresponsible act by the Algerian regime in violation of international law and contrary to the historical and fraternal relations between the people of the AES Confederation and the Algerian people. Furthermore, the head of state of AES decided to recall for consultation ambassadors of the member states accredited to the Algeria. The head of state of AES on one hand reminds the Algerian regime that the eradication of terrorism remains an existential struggle for the AES, and on the other hand, demand that it adopt a constructive stance and finally contribute to the promotion of peace and security in our region. Finally, the head of state of the AES Confederation reassured the population that the defense and security forces remain fully mobilized to ensure their security and defend the integrity of the confederal space. Done in Bamako, April 6, 2025. Now, lovely people, I think there's a mistake somewhere. There can be mistake somewhere. When you look at the map, there is a mistake somewhere. I believe so. When you hear from the Algerian side, their stand is clear, and that is a stand I believe every nation at all can take to protect their civilians. If you are in Ghana here and we saw an armed surveillance drone from wherever in our territory, and we contact our security personnel, are you doing any operation? And they say no, we need to drop that drone. If this is true, then their stand is clear. Now, another question is, what if it is true that they destroy the drone just to prevent the Malians from carrying out their operation? We can confirm that. Now, the Malians are saying the drone was in our territory. So I think there is a mistake here. This is something that they can sit down, use their own intelligence to, come to agreement and know exactly the leg and head of this particular story. Because when I think about it, you can't get the head, you don't know where the leg is, you don't know what is happening here. And one thing I know for sure is that these media houses, check them, they are going to make this whole thing. It is a joy to them. It's their joy right now that this is happening, because they are going to feed on that to, create stories that will create tension between these brothers or these sister nations, so that there can be conflict. The conflict can expand more. So the AES should be smart, together with the Algerians, to come to agreement and talk in a way to prevent further escalation because of this small thing. I call it small thing because it's something brothers and sisters can sit down and just talk out. If there's a mistake somewhere, they fix it. But you need to stay tuned, lovely people, because I'm going to keep you updated. It's a developing story, so more stories are going to come out for us to get to the head of the whole story. So stay tuned and make sure that you subscribe, all right? Respect.